Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Emily.
And on the internet we are Van Plan Man.
And woman.
Well, there's not really a woman in it, is there? So we should probably, yeah, that's the thing. We are travelling in a converted Iveco daily
Called Ivan.
called Ivan around the UK at the minute. We'll get into that. But hopefully come the end of this year off into Europe. We make these videos more of a video diary because I have possibly the world's worst memory. But anyone along the way that wants to watch, you are more than welcome. Come along on our travels. Right, so we are a year into owning a van.
Base camp.
Year into owning a van. 8 months into living in it. How long have we been in it now?
November.
So yeah, about a year. And we've finally got round to doing the thing we said we were going to do when we started and blog the travel.
Technically 9 months. And technically we've not lived in it for the full 9 months.
Right, okay, that works, yeah. So 9 months on the road, not living in a house.
That's it, yes.
So it all went a bit wrong after a couple of months, didn't it? We left in November, travelled up to Scotland, well, via the Lake District to see my mum. Whilst we were up in Scotland, they announced France wanted nothing to do with us tourists. They were locking the borders down again at Christmas. I need a moment, I'm out of breath.
We looked at alternative lifestyles, what we could do in the UK. I was getting funded. We looked at warden lifestyle, living on a campsite.
Yeah. So at Christmas we applied for about 5 warden jobs.
Yeah.
We heard back from 3.
Yep. One was sexist.
One of them literally only wanted Emily to work in the kitchens and do the women's work.
I cook and clean.
Even after explaining to the lady, Emily's not probably your average, I don't know, 50s housewife. She's helped do up the property, she's helped work on the van, she's hands-on, she knows a lot more than many a folk about maintenance.
Forklift driver.
Yeah, to which the response was, that's fine, she can work in the kitchen. So we sacked that off before we even started. Got offered a job up in Aviemore in Scotland,
Yes.
in the Cairngorm Mountains. That was beautiful.
Natural campsite.
Yeah, stunning place. And we also got offered a job in the Brecon Beacons,
Yeah.
which is why we're out of breath, to start to bring you to see our beautiful view.
Go a bit further, you see the campsite then.
Yeah, so I know GoPros aren't particularly good at showing hills, but this is a ridiculously steep hill to walk up. But 2 minutes out of the campsite, we get an absolutely stunning view. I need another minute. So that down there, that's our campsite. Well, not ours. Well, we're working for 8 months.
Halfway through March till beginning of November.
Yeah, so we basically live here at the minute. Beats our old place in Leicestershire. It's stunning in comparison. Dropping in a little note because we realised that we discussed the Scotland site and we didn't actually mention Wales. So we spoke to the owners, they were lovely. We accepted the job without seeing the site. And then when we finally pulled up into the location
On a very wet day.
we realised how stunning our surroundings were.
And it just got beautiful, more beautiful. The days that the sun started clearing everything up and the sky started becoming less foggy, misty,
Yeah,
cloudy.
I think for about the first month I would wake up every day and I'd be like, Emily,
Yes,
Emily,
Ben.
we live here.
Yes, I know.
And the first couple of days she took it in hand. I think by the end of the month she was completely fed up with me, but it's just one of those, like, we live here, we'll get some surrounding shots for you to see. It's stunning place to call home for 8 months. So back to the story on it, we got offered the job up in the Cairngorms. We got offered the job here. We'd not seen this place. We were up in the mountains in Scotland, so we got to go see that place. And we got talking to the owners here. They seemed awesome.
Other place as well. The owners
Well, yeah, the owners were great as well, weren't they?
Sorry, management. Didn't meet the owners.
Yeah. So they were all really nice. It wasn't one person over the other.
We literally did a pros and cons list. My favourite thing in the world.
What was the big seller for this place over the other?
No midgies for Ben.
Yeah, mosquitoes, midgies, the whole lot love me. They just tuck into my legs, and I look like the remains of a dinner party come the end of a day. So yeah, we sacked that off. Decided on this place, and
Still got bit.
yeah, still got bit. And sort of settled here. What are we, 4 months in now?
3.5 months.
Yes, halfway through our time here.
Oh, another selling point here is they gave us a static to live in.
Yeah, so we now have a place that's 3 times bigger than our van to live in for the summer. Big part of it was the fact that we didn't want to be travelling around the UK in the summer holidays.
Yes.
The campsites get expensive and full very quickly. The wild camping spots are no longer wild when there's 30 odd vans trying to park up.
Roads are awful to drive.
Oh yeah, the UK it's an interesting place during the kids' holidays, so we decided best time to take a job really, especially an outdoorsy job.
Well, also tops up the funds, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're better off than when you left, aren't you?
Yep.
So Emily's got more money in her account compared to this time, well, last November. Now, which is awesome. Sorry, we're still out of breath because the hills are a summit round here.
The hills.
Oh. So back to the story. So come December we started looking for jobs. I think January we accepted this one, didn't we?
Yes.
And from then on we headed down into, well, we headed back to the Midlands for Christmas, see some family and friends. We then headed down to Devon, spent a bit of time with your dad, and then a bit of time travelling around there.
Yeah, a bit of Cornwall.
Yeah, and then we did a month in Cornwall. Cornwall in January, February is beautiful.
Wow, that's like a bit good weather as well.
Well, we had nice weather, yeah. I didn't realise how much warmer it was in Cornwall comparative to like further north. I didn't realise there was such a divide over such a short distance. I didn't realise there was such a difference over such a short distance, temperature-wise. Or was winter just really mild this year and we missed
I
it?
think it was mild.
Beautiful thing about Cornwall in January, February is it's given all the locals long enough to forget what a tourist is almost. And everyone was super welcoming. We Bude, we ended up staying there more days than we intended because we found a local little pub.
Don't tell people our secret.
Well, yeah, we won't tell them where the pub is. Now, great little pub that banned mobile phones, which just encouraged like this super cool atmosphere because people spoke to each other. You know, it wasn't just the locals knowing each other. Anyone that walked in was welcomed and greeted. So yeah, we ended up losing a few days in Bude just because it's stunning, and we've never visited before, have we? We've done quite a bit of Cornwall together in the little camper. Oh, it was Exeter, wasn't it?
Yes. House/dog sitting. Something else, you don't make money on it, but you're not spending money on diesel, heating, water. Yeah, that was all in the house. So the only expense there is food and entertainment, to be honest.
And the beauty is that you get to look after pets. So
Oh yeah.
we got this this beautiful spaniel called Maui to look after. His owners were great when we first arrived. Lovely to meet them. Yeah, 10-month-old puppy, super full of beans. Like, loved coming out for walks. Obviously, as much as like we'd love to get a dog to travel with us, we've met people that are already like, no, it's a huge expense, and it can be a huge sort of, burden's a horrible word to use, but
no, it's just well, we realise all the documents, passports, the injections that they need to get, and then I admire anyone that has got a dog travelling. The way our thoughts are, we're going to lots of different countries where temperatures are massive changes, and we don't really want to be putting an animal through that. We have seen quite a few videos of people with this lifestyle of animals, and their pets do struggle with the hot and then the massive cold. So it's some of that as well.
I'm bad enough, to be quite honest, aren't I?
So true. Ben's my dog.
Anything above 25 degrees and I'm dying. So yeah, bring on anywhere near the equator. So yeah, we looked after Maui for 3 weeks. I think the really odd thing was that we were getting itchy feet towards the end of the sort of second week and into the final week to be travelling again. We went
really lazy. Like, we picked it at a great time because it was when we had the weather warnings for the rain and thunderstorms.
Oh yeah, the big storms.
So we picked it at a great time because we had a massive storm, so we weren't in the van for that. But because it was raining every day, we just stayed indoors every day. We just didn't do anything, did we?
No, we did get super lazy for a couple of weeks. But we had a puppy to keep us running around, didn't we?
Very true.
So, do we go up or do we go down?
Shall we go up to begin with, and then if it gets too much for around our ankles for the ferns and stingers, we'll come back down.
Sweet. Onwards.
Onwards.
So yeah, we looked after Maui for 3 weeks in Exeter. So Exeter's a nice place. I think the biggest problem we had was we'd got so used to the peace and quiet of like Cornwall and Scotland that the second you're staying somewhere with essentially a motorway running through it, oh, the noise, like, we never realised.
We live in a vehicle. Oh, we hate vehicles.
Yeah. But no, it was good. We really enjoyed that, and I think we'd quite happily go back to see them again.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm stuck.
But it's something to consider, especially at the beginning of travelling for people. The whole I got my hair. House sitting. You can literally bounce from one place to the next, as long as you don't mind where you want it to go. It's great.
We are out in shorts at the minute, walking through some
The
severely overgrown footpaths that are just covered in stingers and brambles. Talking of, nearly to the face. Another one to the face.
Hi.
A little bit overgrown, isn't it?
So it catches my hair and my clothes. Ouchie.
Finally, made the clearing. Back in March, April time, when all this hadn't had a chance to grow, it was all right. Now this is the final part of the walk that isn't too bad. I say that as Emily's getting stung, but we're both in shorts, so it's just taking stingers and brambles to the ankle. I'm not even sure if you can see her on the camera. Are you there, Emily? Where are you? Here she comes.
Whose idea was this?
Mine, I think, sorry.
Get into the road.
So yeah, back on the road, and I suppose back on track of what we were saying. What were we saying? We'd done Exeter. Yeah, so after we left Exeter, we headed north towards Bristol. You sort of lose many days in between, because as much as you sort of were saying, oh, we spent a month in Cornwall, we would then go on to spend like a day or two through different counties as we sort of travelled through them. And you're right there. And you'd find something interesting going on along the way, just to sort of enjoy whilst you're sort of travelling through, really. So yeah, after Exeter we headed up towards Bristol. Went to see some friends in Bristol. It was a short stay, but it was lovely to see them again. Pre-COVID was the last time I saw Maria, so yeah, really good to see her. Maria. And then we made our way into Wales, and come the start of March we arrived on site. No.
The 12th.
12th of March then we arrived on site. Spent a couple of weeks helping sort of set up. I got to drive a digger, that was fun. By the way, I've driven diggers before. It wasn't just me claiming it like a roller coaster, like, yay, there's a fun toy, I'll see what I can break. Yeah, so we're a couple of weeks helping set up, settling into the routine. And then it was just a case of it just got busier and busier. We're just at the start of the summer holidays now for the kids. So it's a busy site. Small team, so it's really cool. We get to know everyone on a personal level, get to know them really well. And by the looks of it, the guys that we are working with are gonna join us for the start of our travels in November, which is amazing.
Other two wardens, they're also travellers. They live in their motorhome. They're very lucky because they've got dual passports, so they can stay out in Europe a lot longer.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. We're trying to get them to marry us, so we can do.
Yeah, and that's pretty much us up to date now. Hopefully I can find some pictures and some short videos of us whilst we were travelling. Our Instagram's definitely got more on it, just because I was super lazy and all I had to do was take a picture. And yeah, the next part is actually putting some effort into filming what we're doing. Don't get me wrong, I can imagine once this is all put together it's pretty awful, because we haven't got a clue what we're doing, have we?
Nah. Winging it.
We've got a GoPro on a selfie stick. We look like we're still trying to, be tourists of 2010, I think. If you like what you see, please feel free to give us a like. Any comments, subscribes really help us attempt to grow a channel. Like, I think when I checked this morning we had 7 subscribers.
Woo-hoo!
I'm fairly sure 6 of them are my mum with different accounts.
Fish with that. Pop in the comments anything you want us to discuss or anything you want to see. Please keep it friendly. I am a delicate soul. Bye.
See ya.